Alto's Odyssey is one of the best and most relaxing games I've ever played. Let's talk about it. We'll start with details. Alto's Odyssey is a game that was created by a studio called Snowman. It's the sequel to Alto's Adventure and it came out in 2018. And I guess it's kind of an endless runner game or an endless sandboarder game or something. I don't know. But whatever. Here's the description. Alto's Odyssey is an endless sandboarding journey set against a gorgeous and ever-changing desert landscape. The game features Alto series hallmarks like fluid physics-based movement, procedurally generated terrain, and dynamic lighting and weather effects. This time around, players will soar above windswept dunes, traverse thrilling canyons, and explore long-hidden temple cities. Along the way, you'll grind across vines, bounce atop hot air balloons, ride towering rock walls, and escape mischievous lemurs, all while uncovering the desert's many mysteries. So, yeah, those are the details, and that's what it is. An endless runner game that takes place in some desert with no name, far from the home village of our main character, Alto. And y'all already know what endless runners are. You're just trying to get as far as possible through the desert, avoiding all of the pitfalls along the way, and you're trying to get a high score in the process. So, it's a very simple game, but it's also a very relaxing game, and a very good game. And honestly, holistically, I think it's one of my favorite games, like, ever. So I guess that's why I'm talking about it. And my thoughts going into this are coming from the perspective of someone who thinks that if something is simple and relaxing and good, then it doesn't necessarily require a hell of a lot of thought. That might not be true for everyone, but it is true for me. Certain things can just be simple and relaxing and good, and that's it. And that's cool. So I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to talk and break things down a little bit, super low key. I'll talk about Alto's Odyssey, why I think it's simple, why I think it's relaxing, and why I think it's good. And in the process of talking, maybe we'll learn something about it. Or maybe I'll be able to convince some of y'all to check it out. Honestly, I think I would be totally happy with either outcome. So, with all that being said, let's start breaking it down. I'll start by talking about simplicity. More specifically, the purpose and the effects of simplicity in a game like Alto's Odyssey. And I'll start here by saying simplicity is not a bad thing. If something is simple, that doesn't mean it's stupid or shallow or meaningless. It just means it's simple. Simple to engage with, simple to understand, or simple to enjoy. And that's all it means. So when I say Alto's Odyssey is simple, I mean it in a positive way. I love simple. And I would say, for me, Alto's Odyssey is simple in all of the best ways. Like, for example, Alto's Odyssey has simple art and simple visuals so that nothing is too distracting. It has simple music and simple sound effects so that it can be relaxing or casual. It has a simple concept, so that there is relatively little barrier for entry, and it even has simple controls, so that nearly everything can be done with only one input. Alto's Odyssey is all simple, and because it's all simple, it's a game that you can return to whenever you want and wherever you want with little to no friction. You could play it for 5 minutes on the bus, or you could play it for an hour or two at home, and you'd definitely have a good experience either way. So, I guess what I'm saying is, in some ways, simplicity leads to accessibility. And accessibility, for me, means that I play the game more and that I like the game more. And that's great. Simple as that. Now I'll move on to talking about the aspect of Alto's Odyssey that is relaxing. This is at least partially related to the simplicity of Alto's Odyssey, but it is its own thing. And I'll start here by making a sort of broad generalization. I don't think that there are enough relaxing games out there. I think that too many games use stress either as a game mechanic or as a form of friction. And I don't know why so many games do that. Maybe stress is used mechanically to keep the player interested in the game, or to keep the player playing the game, or to keep the player coming back to the game time and time again. Whatever. I don't know. But I do know that there is a place for games that don't deal in stress. There is a place for relaxing games. And I would say, for me, Alto's Odyssey is a relaxing game because it specifically avoids using stress as a game mechanic. It's just not a stressful game at all. And I know I said it was an endless runner, and endless runners have high scores. And you can fail to get a high score, or you can fail a run really early. But that alone is not stressful because every run ends. The first thought that comes into your head after failing a run early or failing to get a high score is, well, I guess I'll go again. And that's it. You just go again. There is no stress, and it's just super relaxing. In fact, I'd say it's one of the most relaxing games I've ever played. And if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you're into, Alto's Odyssey does it best. And now, lastly, I'll talk about why Alto's Odyssey is good, or what makes Alto's Odyssey good. This is the hardest part to describe because good means something different to everyone. You might feel good while playing a good game in the same way that you might feel bad while playing a bad game. It's all about the feeling. And I would say, for me, Alto's Odyssey is good because it feels good to play and because it knows exactly what it is. And by that, I mean it's an endless runner and it's simple and it knows that. And because of that simplicity, because it knows that it's simple, it sort of has to excel at the finer details. And it does. For example, the art and animations are pretty amazing, as you can see. The music shifts beautifully with the scenery. The playable characters all feel interesting in their own ways. The actual physics and movement systems are incredibly satisfying. The power-ups are clever, the haptic feedback is clever, and the little optional objectives are clever. There's also that feeling of high score chasing or competing with friends that is tuned perfectly for a game like this. Like I said, Alto's Odyssey is all about the finer details, and it definitely shows. Everything just works perfectly together. Everything. It makes the game feel good to play, so it's a good game. Simple as that. And with all of that being said, I also think it's worth mentioning that I think that Alto's Odyssey is a real tremendous work of art. It's immediately clear to me that a lot of thought went into making this game, a lot of passion too. And I just wanted to give full credit to all of the developers and everyone who worked on the game. Shoutouts to them for making it something special and something worth giving a damn about. Because that's what it's all about, right? That's why I'm talking about it. But honestly, at this point, I've broken it down as much as I care to, and I think I've said pretty much everything I wanted to say about Alto's Odyssey. I hope that I've done a good job explaining why I think this game is special. I hope that we've learned something along the way, and I hope that I've somehow convinced some of y'all to check it out. It's a very simple game. It's a very relaxing game, and it's a very good game. So if that's what you're looking for, it's all here. Or maybe you're just looking for a quiet and peaceful ride through the desert. That's here too, if that's how you want to look at it. So maybe there's a little something for everyone. Maybe. But anyway, yeah, I really like this game. And I really think it's something special. And for what it's worth, I really can't recommend it enough.